Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Ryan's Trains. Hope you guys are going to have an amazing weekend or amazing weekday. Today's video we're going to be doing is an Mth Milwaukee Road PS2 142, which is an SD-40-2 diesel locomotive. And this locomotive has been restored. I fixed it, basically put new traction tires. There are pickup rollers that are kind of like seized a bit, but I'm going to order new diesel pickup rollers so this engine get good contact, and this engine will be running fine. But we're going to be doing a review on this. I won't be doing the history of this locomotive like about the SD-40-2 since I already done it on my Milwaukee Road Spirit of 176 SD-40-2. So this one we're just going to be doing the details, the history of this locomotive and why it's got this Hiawatha emblem on it, and I'll be telling you anything where I got this. But where I got this locomotive was actually at the Titletown train show. It was being sold, I think, for $200 or $300 used. Pretty abused. You can tell there is some detailed pieces missing off, like the tread walk right there. But overall, this engine is in okay condition, but it runs very nice. So we're gonna check this locomotive out. Stay tuned. But here's 142 in the Hank yard. So here we're going to be looking at all the details of MTH's premier PS2 Milwaukee Road SD-40-2, which is, you can expect there's a lot of details on this locomotive. Since this engine was used, I don't know where this paint was this painted or is this not, but this locomotive was not featured in their catalog. I looked up pictures, but it wasn't really featured in their older catalog. But you can tell this engine does got a lot of broken detail parts. There is some glue that I glued down and it seeped out because this came off the engine. The one thing I do have to nitpick about this detailed locomotive is that it's supposed to have a beacon light right on top of the cab, because most Milwaukee Road diesels all had beacons on top of the roof. But this one doesn't really bother me because I could buy and put a beacon light in here since I've seen people do that, but I'll do that down future in the road. But you see it here, it's got mostly nice details. There are a few broken stuff on it because this engine was used when I got it. And overall, it's in good condition, runs really nice. It's pretty quiet. The horn on it's pretty quiet. I tried turning it all the way up as the speaker allowed me to, or on my phone. But either all, this engine is very nice. It is a bit grimy, even though I did clean it much as I could with it. It is still a bit dirty, but this locomotive is in a better home now, being taken care of. So I guess the last person ran it to hell, broke it a lot, and probably it just put it away. And glad it still works. I'm not 100% certain if this locomotive is gonna be the next locomotive that's gonna stop working. I have to get sent to the store. But either way, this engine is pretty detailed and pretty detailed locomotive. So we're going to be doing the history on this locomotive specifically, and then we're going to be doing the running session. So now we're going to be doing the reason why the Milwaukee Road put the Hiawatha emblem on their SD-40s. The Milwaukee Road's SD-40-2s carried the Hiawatha emblem in the 1980s as a nostalgic revival of the company's most iconic brand that was part of the final paint scheme that blended with the road's famous orange and black classic, with the famous orange and black colors with the classic logo from its passenger train service glory days just before the company's end. By the early 1980s, the Milwaukee Road was in serious financial troubles and had already cut back on abandoning significant portions of the network. Passenger service has been discontinued in the 1970s, but the beloved Hiawatha name remained a point and pride of the last tribute. The Hiawatha emblem was placed on some of its final freight locomotives. The new paint scheme on the SD-40-2s included a black and orange lightning stripe design. A logo placement was the rounded Hiawatha emblem applied on the nose of the front of the locomotive. The time period scheme was appearing in 1983. A final farewell was the SD-40-2s was one of the Milwaukee Road's most important and reliable locomotive types during its final years. The Hiawatha emblem on these workhorse freight units served as a final acknowledgement of the railroad and the rich history before officially merging with the Soo Line Railroad in 1986. And what happened in 1986, most of these locomotives from the Soo Line were basically painted black over the side, painted black over here, basically just painted black anything that said Milwaukee Road, and they were just left like that and just put little Sioux Line names on them, and they were nicknamed on the Sioux Line and for Milwaukee Road rail fanners called the Bandits. And that's what we're basically known as on the Sioux Line. The Sioux Line Bandits were just ex-Milwaukee Road units, just like Jeep 40s or Jeep 35s still left in this paint scheme. Some of the SD-40-2s would get repainted into Sioux Line red and white colors. Most of them would kind of last on to the days of the Sioux Line and to the Canadian Pacific, fully brought the Sioux Line into their railroad. And some of the SD-40s were pushed aside for more heavier horsepowering diesel locomotives in the future. Some SD-40-2s are in museums or still on the road working pretty hard for railroads. The Canadian National still has a few ex-Illinois Central SD-40-2s that I would love to get someday if MTH makes them again. But there are some locomotives still out there that are originally Milwaukee Road. 140, I think it's the bicentennial locomotive 147 is actually getting restored back to its original Milwaukee Road colors. It was working for I forgot which railroad it was, but I think it was Montana. No, it was some other railroad, but it was Pan Am. Yes, Pan Am, and the locomotive was being restored back to its original Milwaukee Road bicentennial colors, so that is a good plus. But since we're all done with the history of this locomotive, let's get on to the running session. And since this is MTH, we're going to be lashing this locomotive up with my Milwaukee Road GP30, and we're going to be pulling a long, heavy Milwaukee Road freight train. So I hope you guys enjoy that part.
Ready to move.
Well, thank you guys for watching this amazing review of the Milwaukee Road 142 MTH SD-40-2. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend out there and have a good Friday, good weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time for the next review. Take care and goodbye.